Hi, parents. My name is Aliza Bulow, and I'm speaking to you from Denver, Colorado. 1982 to 1984, I was a Chayalet Bodedet. Mispar Ishi 526 51 55. That's right. It's one of the first things I memorized is my Mispar Ishi. I was told by my friends, my Israeli friends in the Garin, I was the only American in the group, that you could be fined if you don't know your Mispar Ishi, and you better know it by heart right away. I loved serving in the IDF. I loved being part of Nachal. I loved being part of the vision of creating a state for the Jewish people. And part of Nachal at that time, it was back in the days when settlements were a government-promoted thing under Begin, alav v'shalom, and settlers were heroes. And the job of Nachal was to create settlements, set up facts on the ground. And I was with a group of B'nai Akiva kids from all over the country in a Garin Torani, a religious Garin, a religious group of soldiers that worked together to set up settlements. We first worked on a kibbutz or a moshav, depending on where we came from, and created a group out of ourselves. And then we went through basic training, and then we worked on setting up different settlements throughout the country. And it's from that perspective that I want to share with you today. I'm not a parent of a soldier, and I was serving during the Second Lebanon War, and I know my mother was very nervous. She didn't have to be so nervous back then, and I told her that. I was, at the time, serving in a very sexist IDF, very different than today, where girls were not kravi. They couldn't be battle soldiers. The closest they could get was being a medic, or actually Nachal, because if you're setting up a settlement on the top of a hill somewhere, you might be attacked. And so as a girl in Nachal, we did have a 2-month-long basic training, and we learned how to use all different kinds of weapons for our protection. But mostly we were doing agricultural work or building buildings and roots and branches and trees, keeping a pinat chai alive so there'd be life to civilianize when we left that space and made it into a civilian place. The goal of Nachal, the goal of the whole army. Yes, it's to protect, but I want to share something much more than that. The protection, the building of the Jewish people. We are protecting them, but we are building them piece by piece. And that's really what's happening. Yes, this battle is a battle for our survival, but it's so much more than that. Anybody who thinks we're just battling to survive is not looking at where we're going. This is a battle for our thrival. Survival is a prerequisite. And survival has been guaranteed by Hashem. Actually, not the state, but the people of Israel is going to be, we are an eternal people. And Bezrat Hashem, this is the final state. This is Reshit Tzmichat Ge'ulatenu. It's what we hope for. This is what we want to do and what we want to build. But each one of your children right now is busy building that holy space for Hashem to live in through the work that they do. The pasuk says, "Va'asu li mikdash v'shachanti betocham." Make for me a mikdash, and I'll live in you, in y'all. Actually, if you translate it correctly, I'll live in y'all. And I know a lot of people are talking Mashiach talk today, and partly because things are so hard, or people will dismiss Mashiach talk today and say, "Oh, we've been in hard places before. What do you think that just because we're in a hard place now, the Holocaust was worse than this, and Mashiach didn't come then? So what makes you think Mashiach is coming now?" It's not about what's hard. It's about the amazing achdus that we're creating today. Even this beautiful initiative of bringing so many people together to give chazak to the parents. How beautiful is this, that we're weaving the tapestry of the Jewish people together as we give each other chazak, as we pack packages, as we wear necklaces, as we wear pieces of masking tape on our clothes. How many days it's been since the hostages have been imprisoned, and may they be released very, very soon, quickly. And may all of our soldiers be protected. The beloved soldiers, that my constant tefillah is Shomer Hashem kol ohavav et kol Hashem yashmid. Please Hashem, destroy all the wicked ones and protect all your loved ones, all your beloved ones, all those who love you. And why? It's not just so we can survive. It's so we can thrive. It's so we can build that space for Hashem to live in this world. The plan is so much bigger than us, so much bigger than our lives. It's the only way we could walk forward into this, is if we know it's so much bigger than us, whether you're a soldier or a parent. It's the only way you could send your child forward into this, is if you know it's so much bigger than you. Hashem's plan is so much bigger than us. And we are Zocha, we merit to take part in that plan to create the future of the Jewish people, and in fact, the future of the whole world through how we behave, how we thrive, how we shine. Hashem is so much bigger than us, but he wants to live inside of us, right? Va'asuli mikdash, v'shachanti, inside of you. That's where Hashem wants to live. I heard a beautiful story of a young girl reflecting with her mother after a sermon that actually in this case was a Reform rabbi gave. The Reform rabbi himself told me the story. And the little girl said to her mother, "Right, Mommy, right, the rabbi said that Hashem is so much bigger than us." She said, "That's right." "And right, he said that he wants to live inside of each one of us." She said, "That's right. That's what the rabbi said." So the little girl said, "Well, if Hashem is bigger than us, but he lives inside of us, wouldn't he show through?" And we could see that's exactly what's happening today. Hashem is totally showing through the Jewish people and shining out into the world. Not everybody has eyes that could see the brilliant light of what is gleaming, shining, illuminating the world right now. But we are Zocha to see it. We get to see the beautiful light that's shining from our Chayalim, from their families, from those who love them and care for them and hold them and daven for them. I hope, I bless each one of you parents that you should feel held and loved by Hashem, by the Jewish people, by your children, by all those around you, that we're building something beautiful and something great together. May it happen speedily. Bimheira biyaminu. Biyaminu could be in our days, but could be also with our days. May we build something beautiful together quickly with our days as we work together, and may each of your children, each of our children, be protected and blessed and effective.